Yo, 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 what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Man, oh man, on a damn Sunday. On a damn Sunday. What's good? I see we got some people in here already. All I know is that that moron already says dumb ish. Why is this news, Dreamer? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let's let everybody catch up to this live because I got a lot that I want to say here today. Got a lot I want to say. So let's give everybody a chance to catch up. Welcome in from Thailand. How you doing? Welcome in. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Miguel, what's good? What it do from Cali? Cali, how you doing? Jeremy, welcome in. Let's give it a few minutes because I got a lot that I want to say. On my day off, by the way, I was supposed to be chilling, relaxing. I told Marco, I was like, bro, I got to do this today. He was like, go for it. So let's allow everybody to catch up to this live. Also, welcome in from London. Also, if you guys are not following us on Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter. I'm going to post that right here. You can follow us on Twitter. And if you also want to follow us on Instagram, on our Dreamers Pro Instagram page, I'm going to post that right here. And I'm going to pin that to the top so you guys can send us messages and all of that. If you have any video requests or any news you want us to discuss, we do check our messages. So make sure you follow us on Instagram and also make sure you follow us on Twitter. So make sure y'all do that. Rated R, welcome in. Welcome in. Give Nick Wright that. Don't worry about it. Shout out from Missouri. Welcome in from Missouri. Let's give it about another 2 minutes, and then we're going to get into it. I got a lot. I got a lot that I want to talk about. It was my day off, but I just couldn't let it sit because I already know that this is something they're going to be talking about at least for the next 2 days starting on Monday. This is a great way to generate a topic to talk about. It's the summertime. Welcome in from the Bahamas. Welcome in. Welcome in. Portland, welcome in. I see you. Christopher, welcome in. NBA Cypher, let's go. Let's go. Minnesota in the house. I see you. Make sure you check in and let us know where you're coming from. London, I see you. Let's give it about another 40 seconds or so. Let's allow everybody to catch up to the live. Oh, don't worry, man. Don't worry. We're gonna keep up the good work. Actually, funny enough, while people come in, somebody messaged me. He's like, why are you responding to what Nick Wright had to say? Why don't you put out your list and all of that stuff? And I told the guy, I said, listen, unlike Nick Wright, we actually have a business to run. We got to come up with topics. We got to come up with thumbnails. We got to come up with strategies. We just don't sit down and think of silly things to get people upset about and then go out there and talk about it. And our employer sends us a check every month. Don't work like that. I'm not doing this because I'm bored. Welcome in from Atlanta. Welcome in from Atlanta. I see you. Puerto Rico, welcome in. Let's give it about another 10 seconds. Yeah, he's a great analyst at saying silly things. He's great at that. Mr. Cam, I see you. Canada, welcome in. Braun over Jordan. Okay. Your list, MJ, Giannis, everybody else. Let me see. Okay. So let me get into this live real quick, man. Let me just get into this. Let me get into this here. Arizona, I see you. Welcome in. St. Lucia, I see you. Welcome in. So make sure, again, you guys follow us on Twitter before I get it started because I got a lot that I want to say. And I'm gonna tell you why is you should follow me on Twitter because that's actually where this started. So let me get into it here. So as y'all know, today's our day off. We don't produce shows on Sunday. So I was actually relaxing and I was playing some Assassin's Creed. I was chilling, doing absolutely nothing, relaxing. Then all of a sudden, I get a notification on my phone and I look at the screen of the phone and I see it's from Twitter. And I'm like, what is this? So I click on the notification to see what it is. And somebody, let me say what the person's name is. His name is Always Ring 2X. He sends me a tweet. And in the tweet, he says, Nick Wright has Jordan at number 3. Can we get a response? LOL. So when I saw that, I immediately put up a poll on the channel because I said to myself, it's Sunday. Do I really want to go through all of the stress of watching what this dude had to say, then trying to put up notes and all of this stuff? So I put up a poll on the channel and I asked the channel, do you guys think we should do a rebuttal live? And of the people that voted, 63% of the people voted, right? But as I was said yes, but as I was reading the comments, some people were like, why even waste your time on this dude? Like, why give this dude any airtime? And the reason I decided that we should do the live is because of this. Nick Wright is not one of these people that you just ignore. Why? Because if you let somebody put out these type of views and it goes unchallenged and nobody has a rebuttal to it, people will then all of a sudden start to think, oh, well, yeah, he has a point. And in fact, when I clicked on the video, I was scrolling through the comments to see what people were going to say on that video. And people were like, yeah, man, he makes a good point. Great job for Nick, man. I really understand. That was really brave of him to say that. I'm like, what? This was brave of Nick Wright to say that Jordan is the third greatest player of all time. So this is what I did. Let me get into this live. You guys definitely don't want to miss this live. I got a lot that I want to say. A lot that I want to say. His video is 45 minutes. If y'all can sit down and listen to that nonsense, y'all can listen to me for about 20, 30, 40 minutes. I got a lot that I want to say. Let me see who else is coming in here. I see PJ, welcome in. PJ, welcome. Yeah, I see you guys coming in. Just keep coming in. I see you guys. Okay, just join. Okay, so let me get into it. So what did I do? I actually decided to go watch the video. And I tried to understand, because I'm like, why would you rank Jordan number 3? Like, what would be the reason for doing that? So I started to watch his video. And Nick Wright started off his show, by basically saying, for the first half of this video, I'm going to say nice things about Michael Jordan. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to say great things about Michael Jordan. And then he said in the second half of his video, he's going to bring in callers that are going to have an opposing view from him. And those callers can be sports personalities, radio personalities, whatever it is. And they're going to send in a rebuttal that I'm assuming he's going to see for the very first time, and he's going to react to it. So that's the way he decided to do it. So what did I do? I watched the video. And in the first 20 minutes of his ranking of Michael Jordan, he was saying very, very positive things about Jordan. Jordan is great because of this. He's good at this. He did this. He was doing this, blah, 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 blah. And in all of that, I was listening to him. Basically, I was actually waiting for him to give a reason as to why he would rank 2 other players higher than Michael Jordan. And in the entirety of his entire episode, he did not give one good reason, not one good reason why he would rank Michael Jordan at number 3. That's what he did. He said absolutely, positively nothing. And I believe that Nick Wright does this to troll people. What is powerful about Nick Wright is that he's able to do these things with a straight face. He'll sit up there and talk with a very straight face. And if you're not savvy enough, you'll think that this dude is serious. Like, he seriously believes that Jordan is the third greatest player of all time. Now, we're not going to do a top 50 ranking. But what we're going to do is I'm going to basically explain to you why it is patently absurd to have Michael Jordan ranked as the third greatest player of all time, especially behind the 2 players he has at number 1, because I already know who Nick Wright has at number 2. He's going to have Kareem, and number 1, he's going to have LeBron. That's Nick Wright's top 3. LeBron James, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Michael Jordan. That's his list. So I want you guys to sit back, since it's Sunday, get you a little drink, get you a sandwich. Don't worry about it. We ain't going nowhere. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to systematically annihilate any kind of argument that you will hear to say that Michael Jordan is the third greatest player of all time and that there are 2 basketball players better than him. And I hope enough people watch this live, and I hope Nick Wright himself sees it. I hope y'all share it to people that disagree with me. Let's make sure that Nick Wright sees this live. because he and his followers have to see this live. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's talk about their career accomplishments. Let's look at LeBron James. Okay, let's look at LeBron James. LeBron James, who I think is one of the 10 greatest players of all time. And somebody asked me, they were like, well, I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And it's just as ridiculous as you having LeBron James ranked at number 4, and then you drop him all the way down to number 7. Let me tell you, I had LeBron James ranked as the 4th greatest player in NBA history. I had him ranked as the 4th greatest player going into last season as the 4th. I had Jordan at number 1. I had Kareem at number 2. I had Kobe at number 3. And I had LeBron at number 4. So now some LeBron fans think that's disrespectful. And I think y'all should go kick some rocks because I think it's disrespectful to rank LeBron ahead of Kobe. As disrespected as y'all are, is exactly how disrespected I feel. So if I got to deal with y'all disrespect, y'all got to deal with mine. That's all I'm going to say. Why did I move LeBron from number 4 to number 7? This is the simple reason I moved him to number 7. And I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to get into this, this Jordan comparison here. The simple reason I moved LeBron James from number 4 to number 7 is simply this. Going into last season, I had him as the 4th greatest player of all time. But then, going into that season, LeBron was playing with two other top 75 players. 2 other top 75 players at one time, which means that the Lakers had 3 top 75 players on the court. And last year, during that season, although AD missed about half of the games, Russell Westbrook was there for about 90% of the games. So in all of the games that LeBron James played, he had at least one top 75 player on his roster. Now, if Russell Westbrook played bad or he played good, that's not my business. All I know is that that's the talent he played with. And I'm going to get to that a little bit later because y'all don't want to miss this breakdown I'm going to do for y'all. They go into that season talking about keep that same energy, X, Y, and Z, don't say this, don't say that. That was LeBron. And we were like, all right, we're going to shut up. We're not going to talk. King James said, let's keep that same energy. We're going to sit back and watch because he put us on notice. So we sat there with our energy in our pockets watching. And what ended up happening? The Lakers, not only did the Lakers not even make it into the playoffs, these jokers didn't even make it into the play-in tournament. And the reason I decided to penalize LeBron for that was because if we didn't, it would be yet another instance of when LeBron failed or lost and nobody said anything. This is usually what happens. I looked at all of the other players that I had him ranked ahead of, Larry Bird, Tim Duncan, all of these guys. I'm like, wait a minute. I can't think of any other time in either of those guys' careers or Magic Johnson when they had that level of talent and they couldn't even make the playoffs. And I'm still going to have him ahead of him. And I was like, why? Why would I do that? That's the reason I dropped LeBron. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense because then you got to look at the other players in the top 5 and ask yourself the question, when have they failed at that level with that level of talent next to them? And because I couldn't find any reason, he didn't deserve to be in my top 5. That's why. And the same reason, some of you dweebs got Kobe at number 9 outside of the top 10 when Kobe's beat more 50-plus win teams in his career. And you expect us to take that on the chin. You take that on the chin. If we're supposed to be okay with you dudes ranking Kobe number 7, number 9, number 11, but Kobe won more, and we're supposed to be okay with it, then why can't y'all be okay with it? Let me get back to their accomplishments. LeBron James is a 4-time NBA champion. He's a 4-time regular season MVP. 4-time, 18-time, a 4-time finals MVP. 18-time All-Star. These are incredible accomplishments. 3-time All-Star Game MVP. He's been on 13 All-NBA first teams. 3 second, 2 third. He's been on what? 13, 16, 18 All-NBA teams. I believe that's a record. He's been on 9 All-First defensive teams. He's been on 1 second defensive team. He was a Rookie of the Year. He led the league in scoring in 2008. He led the league in assists in 2020. That's an incredible resume. It is an incredible resume. The only problem is that it's not as impressive, I'm sorry to tell you guys, as Michael Jordan's. So let's listen to these two resumes, and you tell me which one sounds more impressive. Then you got Jordan, who has 6 finals, more championships, more finals MVPs, more regular season MVPs. Now he has 14 All-Star appearances, and the reason that is because he only played 14, 15 years, whatever. He has 3 All-Star game MVPs. He's been on 10 All-First NBA teams. A second, so 11 All-NBA teams. He won a Defensive Player of the Year. He made 9 defensive teams, first defensive team, double LeBron, basically. He was a Rookie of the Year. Then he led the league in scoring 10 times. Then he led the league in steals 3 separate times. Just off of those 2 resumes alone, you can clearly see the guy that accomplished more. The only reason LeBron has more appearances on those teams is because he played longer. That's all. But just by listening to those 2 resumes, you can clearly see who the better two-way player was. It obviously was Michael Jordan. But that's the basic argument. Let's continue on. Michael Jordan. Make sure you guys go ahead and hit the like button. Also, thank you guys. We got 500 people in here. I'm gonna be going through the comments. Yeah, longevity matters. I understand that, responding to him, but it doesn't make you better than Jordan. And by that assertion, you see, this is why I got to do it to you guys. You're gonna tell me longevity. Okay, who wrote that comment? Who wrote that? Please, let's allow him to respond to this question. He said longevity matters, right? And I'm assuming he's referring to the longevity stats that LeBron has. For example, the scoring title, the scoring points. So let me ask you guys a question. If longevity matters, and LeBron has scored more points than all of these guys, you telling me that Karl Malone was better than LeBron James when he scored more points than him? Please leave a response. Let's hear what you got to say. Since longevity matters, let me hear what you got to say. Let's hear what you got to say. Should Karl Malone be viewed better than LeBron James when he had a very? It's a weak argument, but it's an argument he's using. It's crazy. This is what people are talking about. But don't worry, I'm going to get to it. So that's the first part. Let me get into the second part. Also, make sure you guys follow us on Instagram, and also make sure you follow us on Twitter. If you guys do not follow us on Twitter, don't worry, man. Y'all don't want to miss this live. Y'all do not want to miss what I'm about to say. Let me get into this part here. Jordan, and this is not up for discussion, was the best offensive basketball player to ever play basketball. This is not up for discussion. This is not my opinion. This is not what somebody told me. Thank you for the super chat. Where do you have Curry ranked top? Where do you have Stephen Curry ranked all time? Funny enough, I have Stephen Curry ranked between 10 and 12. That's why I have him ranked. I have him ranked higher than Kevin Durant. Let me just address that now. But I don't have him ranked like as high up as some people, like Kendrick Perkins that has him top 4. I don't have him ranked. I'm not into all of that. But I have him ranked in that particular spot, because then if you take him up higher on the list, he may be top 10. He may be, right? Because if you bring out the top 10, one could argue that a person, depending on your list, you may bring out Hakeem Olajuwon for Stephen Curry, then that puts him in the top 10. I don't see how you move him above Duncan. I don't see how you move him above Shaq. I don't see how you move him above Kobe. I don't see how you move him above LeBron. I don't see how you move him above Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson. Some could argue Larry Bird, depending on where you have him on your list. Then you have Kareem Abdul, and then you have Michael Jordan and others. But that's just me. That's just me. Anyway, Michael Jordan was the best offensive player to ever play basketball. He has the highest scoring average in the regular season, which is higher than Wilt Chamberlain, and he has the highest scoring average in the playoffs. That's Jordan. Jordan, I want you guys to think about this. Just think about this. Michael Jordan, in 14 years, had a combined 173. Think about this. 173. That's more than 10 40-point games per season. He has 173 total 40-point games to LeBron's 69. Jordan was averaging over 10 40-point games per season. Per season. That's the first thing we got to say. Somebody left a question here. What did they say? LeBron fans make up things like longevity and finals appearances as a category because they want him to be the GOAT so bad. Don't worry, I'm gonna get to all of that. Thank you. Thank you so much for your comment. So Jordan is obviously the better offensive player, and he has 10 scoring titles. So Jordan wins offense. Let's talk about defense. Jordan made many all defensive first teams. Then LeBron, and he has a defensive player of the year. Case closed. There's nothing else to discuss. Nothing else to discuss. So an argument can be made that Michael Jordan is arguably the best two-way player in the history of the sport. This is the guy we're talking about that Nick Wright ranked at number 3. But I haven't even gotten into what I want to say yet. Jordan has been a part of 2 three-peats. 2. For those people that think it is easy to three-peat, there has only been one think about this. There's only been one three-peat in the last 2 decades in the NBA. Only one, and it took Shaq and Kobe. Since then, there has never been another team to win 3 NBA championships in a row. And Jordan did it twice. 2 times that guy did it. And no one else has been able to do it outside of Shaq and Kobe. Then I continue on. That's what Jordan did in terms of three-peating. Let's talk about clutch. I can't tell you guys how annoyed I get when I listen to Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless argue about this clutch argument. When Shannon Sharpe and others say that LeBron James is the more clutch basketball player, what they are referring to is that LeBron has more game winners in the playoffs, buzzer beaters. Michael Jordan has 25 game winners over his career, and I believe LeBron James has 19 game winners. So bear that in mind. And I also want you guys to bear something else in mind. Jordan played for a shorter career. So if Jordan played for 20 years, one could only assume that he would have had even more game winners. That's something to bear in mind. But those are the basic reasons why Jordan is better than LeBron. Let's get into this part of the argument where I totally ripped this thing to shreds. Let me see how many people got in here. 600 people. Thank you guys for being a part of this. Is the part of this live y'all don't want to miss. Let me get into the real reason why Jordan is way better than LeBron. And it is absolutely disrespectful to have Michael Jordan ranked as the 3rd greatest player on Nick Wright's list. Let's get into it here. Who left this comment? D. Howard should have made a top 75, made the top 75. With that being said, LeBron misses the playoff in tournament 5 years. Well, first of all, thank you for the comment. Thank you for the comment. But now that you bring up that Dwight Howard point about being top 75, how do y'all feel about Dwight Howard not making a top 75 team, but Anthony Davis did? Or Damian Lillard did over Dwight Howard? To me, that's crazy. But anyway, let's get into it here. Let's get into the part of the debate that nobody wants to talk about, especially people advocating for LeBron being the greatest player of all time or having the balls to say that he's better than Michael Jordan. Let's get into this part. Let's look at competition. Let's look at competition. LeBron in his NBA career. I want y'all to listen to this. LeBron in his NBA career is 10-9. Listen to that very well. He is 10-9 against teams in the playoffs that have a 50-win record or above. He is 10-9 against 50-win teams. That's LeBron. I want you guys to pay attention to that because it will quickly reveal to you how he was able to make it to so many NBA finals. That will quickly reveal it to you. It's all about competition, which nobody wants to talk about. Let me just see this comment real quick. You guys do a better job than ESPN. Hey, appreciate that. Who is that from? Mark Robb. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. We appreciate the support. Thank you so much for that. So he's 10-9. Michael Jordan, on the other hand, is 20-7 against teams that are 50 plus 50 win teams. So let's pause for a second. Let's do some simple math. Between those two numbers, 10 and 9 is what, 19, right? 27 and 10 is what, 27, right? So that means what? Who faced tougher teams? Was it LeBron James or was it Michael Jordan? Please let me hear it. Let's hear it. Who faced more competition in their NBA careers? Was it LeBron or was it Michael Jordan? It was clearly Michael Jordan. He faced way tougher teams. Let me read these other comments here. Just give me a second. Thank you guys for this. Plus, how many coaches have LeBron? It's crazy. Let me get into this. Thanks for the comment. Who was that? Aman Zeman. All right. DC Grace. Bron never played in the system, and everything revolves around him. He diminishes his teammates and reduces them to spot up shooters. KB, MJ played in a system that allowed others to contribute. Exactly, with the triangle offense, which is a great motion offense. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that comment. Appreciate that. Let me get back into this point here. If I don't read your super, I'll get to them a little bit later because I don't want to break my chain of thought here because I got a lot that I want to say. Thank you so much for that. Anyway, so it's clear that Jordan faced more competition in the playoffs. Let's take it a step further. LeBron is 3-4 against 60-plus win teams in the playoffs. Michael Jordan, I want y'all to listen to this carefully, is 7-2. What does that tell you about Jordan and LeBron? The simple answer is Michael Jordan was simply better at beating tougher teams. Period. End of story. There's no other secret answer to it. Michael Jordan was clearly the better basketball player. Clearly. But it doesn't stop there. And I got a point that I want to make. You guys definitely want to stick around for this. LeBron has lost all of these games while having the most help. I've never heard anybody say this point on TV. While having the most help of any superstar in the history. Let me repeat it. In the history of basketball. No other NBA superstar has had more help than LeBron James in his career. There's been nobody. Let's get into it. Michael Jordan has played with this. Listen to this, because I want you guys to get all the facts. And this is why it is so confounding that Nick Wright would rank LeBron over. It's to me, I think it's number one, I think he's trolling. And number two, I just think he's trying to be disrespectful. That's what I think. Nick Wright should thank God that he's even in that position, because Michael Jordan is actually the person that took the sport to an international level where people actually cared about the sport enough for them to sit down and listen to people talk about the sport. You may want to thank Jordan for that, Nick. You may want to thank him for that. Jordan made more people care about basketball than any other basketball player in history. I haven't even finished my point. Let me get to this point here. Thank you for this. Iori. Here's another thing. The reason why we didn't have at least one Kobe versus LeBron in the finals because losing Kobe in the finals, and yes, he ducked. Yeah, I remember that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. So that's the first point. That's the first point I want to get to. Let's talk about help. Michael Jordan played with two top 75 players in his NBA career. That's Scottie Pippen and that's Dennis Rodman. That is all. Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman. That is all. LeBron James, on the other hand, has played with four top 75 players. But I want to take it a step further because this is the point that I want to make that nobody talks about. I want you guys to listen to this concept. Remember, I just said a few seconds ago, that Jordan beat way more tougher teams at a higher rate than LeBron. Remember, LeBron is 10-9 against 50-plus win teams, and Jordan is 20-7, against 50-plus win teams. Now, this is the part that is the most embarrassing part about this argument. Listen to this. Let's look at the combined total all-star appearances that each player had to play with. So basically, the total talent represented by all-star appearances that both guys got to play with, and you're going to see just how ridiculous it is. LeBron James should have 10 NBA championships. He should have at least 10. with the amount of help that he's gotten. Listen to this. Michael Jordan, I want y'all to listen to this, has played with a combined, meaning all of his all-star teammates, their combined total all-star appearances. Do you know what the number is? It is a whopping 10. Did y'all hear what I just said? Michael Jordan's teammates combined that were all-stars for 10 all-star appearances. 10. Let's look at LeBron James. And for LeBron's teammates, I actually had to use a calculator. I'm not even being funny. I actually had to use a calculator to calculate all of the different players and add up all of their all-star appearances. Jordan played with 10. LeBron James has played with a combined 93 all-star appearances, almost 10 times the amount of all-stars. 10. Go do the numbers. Ray Allen is 10. Carmelo Anthony's 10. Dwayne Wade is 10 or 11. Chris Bosh is like 9. You got Ray Allen. Who else did I say? You got Derrick Rose. You got Anthony Davis, who's at 8. You got Russ. It's crazy. So clearly, LeBron has had way more talent on his teams. Goddamn bug flew in the room. It must have been Nick Wright that sent that MF in the room. Anyway, so y'all see that. Now let's address the other part of this list, which is the losing. Nobody talks about the losing. Let's talk about the losing. How can you rank a guy number one or over a guy over Jordan when LeBron has only won 40% of his finals appearances? How is that possible? How do you rank him over Jordan when Jordan is 100%? He has a 100% winning percentage in the finals, and LeBron has a 40% winning percentage when LeBron has played weaker teams to get to the NBA finals. How is it possible that at the end of all of that, you arrive at the conclusion that, you know what, LeBron is better than Jordan? Why? Because, well, I don't know, I just like his beard. How do you reach it? How do we get to that conclusion? Jordan faced tougher teams. He won more, and yet Nick Wright has LeBron ranked ahead of Jordan? Well, how do you come to that conclusion? How does that happen? How can you fix your face to pick a guy that has lost so much over a guy that's won so much in less time? People act like Michael Jordan played for 20 years. I think Jordan only played with the Chicago Bulls for 12 years, which means that by the time Michael Jordan retired out of the NBA with the Chicago Bulls in his first retirement, it means that Michael Jordan was winning championships 50% of the time while he was in the NBA. And the scariest part about all of that is that Jordan never got his first all-star teammate, meaning Scottie Pippen only developed into an all-star caliber player in year 6, which means that Jordan only really played with all-stars for an 8-year period. And in that 8-year period, he had 2 three-peats, 2 took off a year, lost in the playoffs, and came back and won. So an argument could be made that Jordan could have won 8 championships in a row. And this the dude y'all sitting up here listening to tell y'all about basketball? Also to mention, Jordan didn't have a dynasty in the league when he was winning. Also mention, Jordan didn't have a dynasty in the league when he was winning. Yeah, because Jordan was a dynasty, you dweeb. He was the dynasty. Now, I don't know if you're being facetious or trying to be funny, but Jordan was the dynasty. Who was running dynasties when Jordan was playing? Who? Who was it? Who you saw putting the smack down on Michael Jordan in the finals? Who? And you tell me, what scenario can you picture in your mind? Can you picture in your mind where Jordan is getting slapped up and down left and right in the NBA? When are y'all going? When did that ever happen? While we talking about losing, when did we ever see Jordan lose when he was expected to win? When was that? Where did we ever see Jordan lose when he was expected to win. Because I can tell you when LeBron lost, when he was expected to win in 2011. When did that ever happen to Jordan? Slickback. Okay, that's a funny name, man. Pimp name Slickback. That's pretty funny. All right. Facts, man. If Jordan did what guys are doing now, pairing up with all-stars, he would have gotten Patrick. Exactly. Thank you for the comment. When did y'all see Jordan doing that? When? The only argument these guys are holding on to is longevity stats, nothing else. They certainly can't say he's the GOAT because of winning. It can't be that. They can't say it's because he's the GOAT because of accomplishment. It can't be that. So they're going to point to winning. I mean, to longevity stats. That's all. Let's talk about the final part, which is the impact on the game. Who here you ever heard say they want to be like LeBron? I know everybody wanted to be like Mike. Who wants to be like LeBron? Who? If LeBron is better than Michael Jordan, help me understand this. If LeBron is in fact better than Michael Jordan, how come he has not been able to create a bigger basketball brand in the age of social media, in the age of podcasts and all of this stuff with all of this advanced marketing? Why is it that Jordan's shoes still dominate the sneaker market? Why is that? Why is that? If in fact there was another basketball player that came along that eclipsed Michael Jordan, why hasn't he been able to do that? Why? I'm trying to understand this. How come LeBron has been able to do it? How? Why? If he's so much better than he's not. Let me get to these comments. Okay, LeBron also won half of his rings in handicap seasons. LOL, 2 rings in actual 82 games, 20 years, but that's a go. Okay, don't stress over Nick. The boy needs mental help. Okay, who else wrote this? Still the man that's yo, these names, man, y'all handles are hilarious. Still the man that's lucky. MJ put fear in people's heart. Braun gets women kicked out of. Oh my God. So y'all not gonna do this to me, man. Y'all not gonna do this to me, man. Y'all not gonna get me in trouble. Y'all not gonna do this to me. So to me, listen. Michael Jordan is the undisputed GOAT, in my personal opinion. And let me say this again. A lot of people think that the only reason I'm saying this is because Jordan is my favorite player. Jordan is not my favorite player. My favorite player is Kobe Bryant. But sometimes you got to call it like you just got to tell it like it is, man. He's the GOAT. As much as I love Kobe, I couldn't think of any argument, not one argument, to say, you know what, I think Kobe may be better. There's some, but there wasn't none that was convincing enough. Kobe wasn't as good as Jordan. He was great. He wasn't as good as Jordan. And LeBron for damn sure ain't better than Jordan. But that's what Nick Wright's about to tell y'all. He's going to tell y'all in the next few days why LeBron James should be the number 1 ranked greatest player of all time. To me, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I'll take some more of your questions. I just think it's ridiculous. But let me just take some more of your questions. What do you say? LeBron fans has more Jordan shoes in their club. That's probably true. That's probably even Uncle Shay Shay. You see him rock. Why he don't be rocking LeBrons? Why doesn't he wear LeBron James shoes? If LeBron James, listen to me, I think the whole thing is a joke. So I had to respond to this today. I had to. It's my day off. But the thing annoyed me so much that I had to come out here and say something to it. LeBron is not better than Kobe. LeBron's shoes are actually so uncomfortable. You're just a troll. Okay, Dreamers Pro, you're just a troll like Nick Wright. The only difference is he's a millionaire. And oh my God, man. I'm not gonna respond to that, man. I'm not gonna waste my time responding to that. Let me see. Braun is not top 10. And Cam, they're just spamming. LeBron is top 10 at best. Nick Wright is a clown. Okay, so basically, I think y'all pretty much got the gist of this live. If y'all got any questions, no super chat, just any basic questions y'all want to ask me real quick. I don't need a super chat for that. If you got a sensible question, just leave it in the comment section. Somebody said Jason Terry. Yeah, I saw some dude that was looking like Jason Terry giving Michael Jordan buckets in the finals. Yeah, right. Yeah, I seen it. Let me see. Y'all got any questions? I'm still trying to figure out when LeBron James became better than Will Kareem. Y'all, you go ask Nick Wright and them. They the ones saying it, man. Relax. It was a G.I. Jane joke. Nick got you pressed. Yeah, he got me pressed. I'm so pressed, but yeah, he got me pressed. Anyway, where are Jordan's defensive stats? They're on Google, man. Let me see what else. Who is in your top 10? Jordan 6 and 5. Braun not top 10. Okay, so I think Dirk owns LeBron. Let me see. LeBron never been better than Kobe. Yeah, so I think I pretty much answered it. So that's my argument. I want you guys to get ready to see what Nick Wright is going to say tomorrow. My only ask to you guys is please share this live, share this video with people that need to see it, because this is going to be ridiculous. If Nick Wright is going to have a platform to be saying that nonsense, at least let there be a counter argument to his. So once again, I thank you guys for taking out 40 minutes of your time on a Sunday to spend it with me. We really appreciate that, Marco and I. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram. We got it pinned to the top, and also make sure you follow me on Twitter if you want to talk more basketball. Once again, thank you guys. Appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. God bless. God bless. Peace. Peace.